Good morning and welcome to Win the Day. I am Tanika D'Souza, the 100K Challenge Chick, and my entire mission is to help more women entrepreneurs break. And when I say break, I mean like smash the 100K income ceiling in their businesses. I do Win the Day primarily as a reminder that every single day counts, right? And I want you guys to see these videos, learn something new, and continue to be inspired to push forward in your business. The thing that I'm super excited about is the 100K Society, you guys. It is open. It is a coaching community. We are having our launch day on July 5th. So I definitely want you guys to be founding members of that coaching community. It is going to be awesome. I already know a lot of the people who are in that community and how much they're going to benefit from the collaborations, the networking, but then also just the shared experiences. So many of you are doing business alone and you just don't have to, right? So the 100K Society gives you a community that you can belong to that will nurture you as an entrepreneur. It's going to give you a system to follow. Most of you, that's really the key thing missing is a system. Like you're busy, you're doing a lot, but you're not sure that you're doing the right things to move your business forward. And then third, of course, me, coaching. And it's not just me. I have some awesome partners to the 100K Society that will also be there to coach you in other areas to help you grow your business. So don't wait. Join us in the 100K Society. I'm going to give you guys a way to join me there. Where is it? Bam. I just learned how to use my studio to the fullest. I can add captions. I'm fancy. Anyway, that is how you're going to join us in the society. Go over there, learn a little more about what we're doing, but definitely join. I am so excited about the founding members for that community. All right, guys. So what are we talking about today? If you saw the title or the caption, we're talking about one-on-one coaching. Now, me as a business coach, this is something that I love, actually. And I do recommend one-on-one coaching when people are very brand new to business or new to what they're starting. So if you're going into a new industry or you're trying to tap into a new clientele, I highly recommend one-on-one coaching. I will say there are cons, and for that reason, there are other business coaches who absolutely discourage you from doing one-on-one coaching. So what I want you to do is to listen up, listen to the pros, listen to the cons, and figure out what's going to work for you. So my recommendation is don't take anything off the table until you have evaluated to see, does this fit me? Like who I am, what I think I'm capable to do? Does this fit my lifestyle, right? For me, one-on-one coaching can fit everybody's lifestyle because it's so flexible. But then third, is this something that my audience needs? We all have very different businesses. So when you evaluate what anybody is saying, any business systems that you could possibly put in place, I want you to use those three factors. Does it play to my strengths? Does it fit my lifestyle? And is it something that my audience would actually need? Your business is unique to you and the result that you're getting for people. Okay, so everything that works for me is not going to work for everybody. But let's go ahead and break down pros and cons of business coaching. So one, let's see. Pros. Of course, I said I like the business coaching. So the biggest pro to me is the flexibility, right? I can literally, oh, and I did appointment books. So many of you guys live by your appointment books, right? Like, this is what my normal months will look like. I always have a ton of stuff going on. And what I do in my appointment book is I write down the things that I absolutely have to get done. As a mom, that sometimes includes a parent teacher conference at school, or something that I had committed to do with my church, or a family event. So I put those in my calendar first, because I know I would feel terrible if I missed those. Then I start to plan other things that I have to do for my business. And then the rest of that time is open for coaching. So as a business coach, I keep a scheduler. So it's basically the electronic version of your appointment book, right? Schedulers are super awesome because you can go there and you can change when you are available. So I do keep like a master schedule, and then each month I go in and update all the times where I am unavailable, or maybe new times that have become available to my clients. And then I tell my clients my calendar is updated. Please book for the next month. And I'm now at a point where I can book for the most part about 2 months in advance with my clients. So flexibility, you get to choose when you want to coach someone, because it's just a one-on-one relationship. There's not a lot of scheduling conflicts. It's really just, when are you available? When are they available? Let's get together, right? It's not overly complicated like coordinating groups. So that's one. The flexibility is absolutely great as far as I'm concerned. I think that is definitely a win. Number 2, you will learn what it takes to attract a client when you are doing one-on-one coaching. So for example, if you're new to business and you're trying to figure out, what should you say? Like, what should you promise? What are you actually helping them accomplish? You can learn what that is by speaking, talking through your social media, doing Facebook Lives, putting up posts. But what you'll learn is, what are people responding to, right? You're not trying to attract a ton of people, but just, I said these things and this person responded to it. Is this the kind of client that I want? So you can kind of play that by ear, but you can do a lot of trial and error, as I'm going to call it, because you are just working to get one client, right? So that's another benefit, if you ask me, is that it allows you that opportunity to really see, like, this is the campaign I did, and these are the types of clients that it yield. Do I want to continue doing that? If the answer is no, you can change. Like, you can do something different to attract different clients. 3, you can define your system of how you're getting results for your clients. So for example, when I first started in business coaching, there were several things that I knew were important for a new business owner to focus on. So that could include like your branding. That could include being consistent on social media. That could include, how you're managing your team if you already have one, or how you're going to build your team. Those are just a few points, right? So what I did was actually created a system, and I have 4 categories of how I move you through your business development. So when anyone comes to me, when we're talking, I tell them, you're in this stage, and what we're going to do together is get you firmly squared away in that stage and then move you to the next stage. And we typically can do at least one solid movement in my system in about a 3-month time period, right? So I now have a system. I know how to tell my clients, this is what you're experiencing. This is what you've gone through, and this is where you need to be. Like, this is your next step. I introduced them to my 4-step process or 4-stage process. and then I walk them through it. So they appreciate that. It helps them feel good about me. Literally, I do this in almost every onboarding conversation or consultation, and the clients choose to work with me after that because they feel secure in what I have to say. So when you're brand new, you may not know they need to do this first, then this, then this. You may just help them exactly where they are. And then you realize, oh, but the reason why that worked is because they had already completed this. Or we've gotten to this part, but because we didn't do this other thing first, there's still something lacking. Because you're just working with that person one on one, you have time to fix it, right? You don't have to just stay stuck in something that isn't working because you're working with someone one on one. So you are able to tailor and customize that experience just for that client. But the great thing is, as you talk to more and more clients, you'll start to see a pattern. So the one on one does allow you, the business owner, an opportunity to define your system, right? Define the system of how you are helping your clients get results. Okay. Sorry, my computer is that way. I did not aim this properly with the camera. All right, so 4. You can make adjustments to your business as you go. So when you are offering one-on-one coaching, I have a client who is in the accounting tax world, right? She's a bookkeeper. So let's say she defined her service and then realized, oh my gosh, I am undercharging. This takes way longer than I thought. And I need to charge more, and I need to like break this one service into actually two services, and people need to pay differently for those. You can do that. So she's going to honor what she offered to this first client, and then she's going to change and tweak her system as she learns how she should be charging and what she should offer, right? So that's another thing that I really love about it, because you're not going super public about what you do. You can just tell people, hey, I'm a business coach. Hey, I'm a tax accountant, and I can help you do, and just give something really general. And then when they talk to you, you can break down a little more about your services, your fees, and have them agree, and then work with them. And then the very next client, if you have to change that service or change your fees, you can, right? Because when you're doing one-on-one, you haven't promised 100 people what you're going to do. You just made the promise to one. So honor what you said, but absolutely keep making the adjustments until you figure out the services, the pricing, how to attract the clients to that service, what they need to do before, and then you're starting to systemize how you're moving them through your business to get results. Are y'all liking this so far? Oh, and I got more captions for y'all. So like it if you agree with me, and love it if you're actually using this or plan to use this in your business. I want to hear from you guys whether one-on-one coaching is something that you've considered, whether it's something that you use. As obviously a lot of people who have the title coach or trainer in their name, in their business title, I guess, they will sometimes use the one-on-one depending on what they offer. So I know a lot of you are using one-on-one, but I want to hear from you guys whether you like it, whether you love it, or whether you're just like, girl, I am not doing all that one-on-one appointments. That is not for me. Because sometimes maybe you're more in the subscription business, the membership business, something else, right? So the conversations and the one-on-one and the individual results is just not going to fit your personality. So I wanted to get just a check-in on how you guys are feeling about one-on-one, whether you're actually using it for yourself or not. And someone asked, Can I actually post the link here so it's easy to get? Yes, I can post a link. So while I'm doing this, I'm in a studio and it doesn't allow me to actually give you clickable links, which is why I just displayed it. So I will go back in and put the links in there. But thank you for asking. And I do see your comments, you guys. And hello to you as well, Facebook user. If you don't put your name, there are some people, I'm not sure what the difference is, because I think this was the first time someone's name actually popped up. So thank you, Deborah, for commenting. But most often the comments are going to come in and it'll just say user. So if you want me to know who it is, you can put your name. Otherwise, you're just free to add your question. All right, so back on topic, we're talking one-on-one, and I haven't even finished all the pros, you guys. We talked about it being flexible. We talked about it being a way that you can learn to attract your clients. We talked about it being a way that you can define your system for getting them results. And we talked about you being able to make the adjustments necessary as you go and as you build your business, right? And one thing that I mentioned, but I'm going to say it like flat, is you really don't need a lot to start with one-on-one coaching, right? Literally, if all you can do is go to the store and buy yourself an appointment book, you can get started. Most of us already have a cell phone. You can also use a free Zoom account, right? Zoom will allow you to have one-on-one conversations for as long as you want. But once you include a second person, it will limit you to only 40 minutes unless you do the paid account. And the paid accounts aren't that expensive if you are going to continue to use this over and over. The great thing about using something like Zoom for your appointments is that you can record the appointment. So therefore, when your client is having these huge aha moments, they are able to go back to that recording and listen to it again. It also helps you as you are developing your business and you're like, you know what, this person had a lot of success with me, and this person, let me listen to what I was doing, like the questions I was asking, so that I can do that again and do that more often with my clients. So that is what I also love about the one-on-one, is that it really doesn't take much for you to get started. You literally can define what you want to do, start talking about it, promoting it, and take out your calendar. When that person calls, you can book a consultation with them. Take out your calendar. What I used to do was when I took on a new client, I locked them into a specific time. So when you called and we agreed to work together, you now became my Monday at 6 p.m. client. So every time that we met Monday at 6 p.m. Now that I use schedulers, it's great for me and for my clients because they can go in, and if this week Monday at 6 works, they'll book that. But maybe next week Monday they're doing something, so they need a Wednesday appointment, and it allows them to choose whatever they want on my schedule. And it also keeps track of how many sessions they've already paid for. So that's the thing that I like as well, where here what we would do is they would pay for the month, and I would say Monday at 6. So you knew that meant 4 times. And then once we were close to the end, I would send you your invoice, you would pay, and then we would continue with Monday at 6. So it really does depend on you and what you're comfortable to do, but you can start simple. It doesn't affect your clients if you don't have fancy tools. However, as you grow your business, the tools that you need to do one-on-one coaching are not very expensive. So those are the things that I really love. And I'll say the biggest thing is that you're focusing on one person at a time. So you're going to get that person some really, really great results, right? But it's also going to allow you to think through your process and to think through what they would need, and for you to also learn as you go, right? So that's another big pro, is that you're learning kind of one client at a time as you develop your systems, figure out the results that you want for them, um, and you're being flexible, and adjusting your business to make sure that this is going to continue to make sense. So we talked a ton about the pros. You can see that this is a business model that I absolutely love because I've been using it for a very long time. But there are cons. So what are the cons? Essentially, most of us are starting businesses because we want to get out of the trading time for money. Well, in one-on-one coaching, you are absolutely still doing that because you take this 1 hour and you turn it into one client hour. So it's like 1 hour equals this amount of money, and that's it, right? So it's similar to you just owning your own job. You're still just trading time for money the same way that you did when you were employed. So that's a con. Your income is limited. Number two, your income is limited to the number of appointments that you can take. So on one hand, that's a pro because if you don't have a lot of time and you only have certain increments of time, like during the week, you can just book clients there. However, what I'm able to do with my clients is show them, here is your income ceiling. If you can only take 5 appointments per week and you're charging $50 per hour, then your max income for the week is $250, right? The only way you're going to make more money is to find more time. So that's not the best as far as trying to scale your business, because you're just tied to the hours that you're able to work. So number three, is not as easy to scale because what you have to do is like find more time, right? In most business scenarios, you want to be able to sell things without it always being tied to you personally. Or if you're able to create groups, that's a better way to scale, right? So the things that are the cons is the fact that it's limiting for your income, and it is also you trading your time for money. The other thing is, I guess, you could be attracting the wrong clients and doing the wrong things. But to me, it's still a pro because you are only attracting one person at a time and you're able to tweak your messaging, tweak your advertising so that you can then attract better clients. So even if you attracted that wrong client, you can serve them to the best of your ability, but then also just be really honest and upfront with them to say, this is not exactly what I do, or you're going to best be served by someone else. You can be honest in that one-on-one relationship. Let's see. I am for it. Yes. So you guys are liking the one-on-one coaching. All right. Let's see. Deborah says, I like one-on-one results. I think it's a slower process overall. That is true. It is a slower process overall and takes longer to amass more wealth from paid coaching. So that is another really, I guess, kind of a con, right? Because you are taking a slower approach. But the thing that I like about it is it also helps a very new business owner build confidence. Because if I say, okay, let's start your group coaching, let's start doing classes, let's start doing these bigger things, for a lot of people, that's very intimidating. So it could be very intimidating when you have to work with multiple people at the same time. So it looks like they don't want to show my image. I'm not sure if you guys can still hear me. it definitely went out for the visual. So I'm going to just end. But the thing that I'll share, I'm going to put this caption up. Hopefully, this will show up. I am running coaching week this week, you guys. Yesterday was day one. We talked about personal coaching. We talked about coaching and consulting, actually. So day one video is still available for you guys. And I will be with you guys today again at noon Eastern Standard Time in that specific group. So you can go to 100kchallengechick.com, and that's going to connect you to this week where I am coaching you on so many different business models. Otherwise, this is where you're going to go to join me in the society. And as I said, you're pretty much getting like early bird special as a founding member. So I want you guys to join me there. That is going to be where you are going to continue to grow as an entrepreneur. You have to invest the time where you are around people who are striving to do the same things that you're doing. And by that, I mean developing their business, staying focused on making money, as Deborah said, amassing your wealth, right? Because the 100K for a lot of you is a mile marker, but it's not the end of the road. So I want you to break that 100K income ceiling so that you can continue to soar in your business. Don't know what happened to my camera. Thank you guys for staying with me. You guys have a great day, and I'll see most of you in coaching week. Join me there. You guys have a blessed one. Bye.